Today we're back to the Jack homestead. This is my wife, Mrs. Jack. She laughs at me when I do it like that. Anyway, this is somewhat of our haul from our garden that we froze. I'll let her explain that to you, being that she's the canner freezer person of our family. So.
Okay, so this is some of the stuff we have frozen. We have already eaten quite a bit of our frozen goods, but tomatoes. This is my first time freezing tomatoes. I read online that you can take whole tomatoes and all you have to do is cut out the core of the stem, and that you can freeze whole tomatoes and that they work out really well that way. So I tried it. I made, what do I have, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tomatoes that we froze. We'll let you know how that works out. I lied. Other video. I do have a couple of peas left over that we haven't used. I found them in the freezer. We're going to have to eat these. Maybe we'll use them tonight, matter of fact. But we have a couple of peas left. This is broccoli rabe. This is all we have left. This is really good. We like broccoli rabe on pulled pork sandwiches. So this is all we have left of our broccoli rabe. This is all we have left of our spinach. Is one thing of spinach. So that will go really quick.
Oh, real fast because it ain't that thick.
Yeah. I don't eat this, but Mr. Jack loves this, and he has already eaten a whole lot of it. But these are beet greens, the tops of the beets. So we have 2 bags. I also have some in the fridge for him that I got the other day that he'll have to cook up and eat, that I just remembered. But these are beet greens. Mr. Jack likes beet greens. I have 3 things of green beans left. Some I snapped already, so there's quite a bit in these 2 because I already snapped these beans. But these ones I left whole. We really like them fresh, and I do have some fresh ones in the fridge that we're going to have tonight. But this is my green beans. Peppers. Now I do my peppers 2 ways when I freeze them. These are sliced peppers that I can just take a little bit out at a time, like when I'm cooking. We made chicken fajitas. I can take a handful and throw them in the pot. So I have, 3 bags of sliced peppers, and then you can freeze whole peppers. You don't have to cut the stem out, nothing. I have 1 bag, I don't know how many's in here, there's quite a bit in there. I've already given a bag to my daughter, so we still have quite a bit of peppers that we have. Now, this is herbs. Herbs you can freeze, see if I can zoom in and show you, in ice cube trays. This is with olive oil. So when you are cooking, you can throw 1 or 2 of these in. It's olive oil and it has herbs. I have different types of herbs in here, but I can tell which is which to throw in when you're cooking. Oh, that's more spinach. We found more spinach. Okay, I have thyme, I have parsley, and I think that's more parsley.
No, that looks like oregano.
No, that's parsley. I have 2 things of parsley. I have thyme, and I have, I did not grow these this year, but these were green onions, like scallions. And you use the tops and you slice them up like chives, but they're bigger. And I keep them in a glass jar and I take them out as needed. This is what's left over from last year, not too much. But again, our biggest harvest this year was our kale. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 bags of frozen kale, and some of them have a whole lot in them of kale. So we probably have enough kale to last us till next year, because Kale is like spinach, though. You need a whole lot when you're cooking because it cooks down to nothing. Franklin, sorry, I'm yelling at my cat. He's in the sink. So I have 10 bags of kale. I try to put as much kale in a bag as I think I will need for a recipe, but I see that Mr. Jack did some himself, and he put a whole lot in one bag, so I could probably get a couple meals out of at least this bag. But it's good that we have all of this, that we don't have to buy at the grocery store, because if any of you have been grocery shopping lately, prices are sky high on everything. Yes, or you can't find stuff. So our goal is to grow as much food as we can on our property so that we can eat all year. We have new projects that we're hoping to do next year. We would like to have our own meat birds. We'll probably start out with chickens and maybe 20 meat birds at a time, because chicken prices have gotten out of control. So we're going to try meat birds next year, raising them just for meat, not as pets. I have pet chickens, but these are going to be meat birds. They're nothing like the pet chickens. So hopefully next year we'll be able to show you that process. I would also, one of my favorite meals is turkey. So I would like to grow some meat birds, turkeys, that we could have in our freezer also. And hunting season is coming up. We could have showed you that also. We could have pulled that out of the freezer. We still have a little bit of venison left over from last year. But we love venison in this house too. I make an awesome venison meatloaf. We love, Mr. Jack made venison jerky last year that we loved, so we're hoping to do that this year.
With the new smoker, I can do a lot of different stuff. I did two roasts that I smoked and roasted on the smoker.
And I will say, I'm not a fan of venison roast, but I loved Mr. Jack's venison roast smoked on the grill. And
Miss Erica did too. She liked it too.
So we have some venison that we still have to use. We'd like to make some sausage out of it and
burger.
Right. So
stew stuff.
So hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to eventually. Our goal is to even have meat, our own meat. We'd like to maybe even do a pig one day, or order a cow and have it butchered and have our own, freezer full of meat. Even though we're not raising the cow, we could still order a cow and do it that way. Just because the prices are outrageous at the grocery store, so we're trying to be more self-sufficient.
Right. And not depend on the grocery store. Plus, a lot of people, the pesticides. A lot of the vegetables you buy in the grocery store are genetically enhanced, unless they say organic vegetables.
Yeah, we've learned. We learned even your herbs, something I learned from a woman that I follow on YouTube. We're gonna try to make our own ranch seasoning and our own garlic seasoning and different things like that, because if you ever read the ingredients in your seasoned salt that you have, you'd be shocked at the ingredients that are in there that you never heard of, and it's not so good for you.
Yeah, we don't use table salt. Table iodized salt is bad for you. Not just because the doctor says salt's bad. The iodine in that salt is not. It can stay in your body, and it can affect your blood cells. So if you try to get salt, try to get sea salt. Sea salt is all natural, organic.
I want to use Himalayan pink salt, but that's hard to find. So, but we are going to try to make our own sour cream also, because we go through a lot of sour cream in this house, and I have learned that I can up my own sour cream. So I'm going to try that.
And next year, I'm going to try to start beehives. I want to get at least 2 beehives put in, pollinate around here, and also to help the honeybees.
Well,
They're
and so that we can have honey
Yeah.
for ourselves or friends and family. But I would also like to try making things with the honey, such as candles, because I use a lot of candles in this house, or
Soaps.
even soaps. I'd like to try, because you'd be surprised, even your shampoos and your body wash and your soaps, the ingredients that are in that are not very good for you.
And
So
again, you know, we're not trying to be the full-blown homestead, you know,
Live off the grid.
live off the grid type thing. I mean, yes, we like our cable TV. Yes, we like YouTube.
Our
You
cell
know,
phones,
and our
yeah.
cell phones and stuff like that. But we want to make it to where,
and toilet.
yeah, and the inside toilet. I don't have it, so I can use it out loud. But you know, we're not trying to, you know, push the, you know, go off the grid stuff, this
Right.
and that. I mean,
We're getting older.
yeah,
We
and
want to
we
be
just want to be able
healthier.
to healthier and to sustain. If things go south, if like with the COVID situation last year, you know, where people were rushing out to buy toilet paper. Toilet paper is not a necessity. That is
I believe it is.
well,
but
it's not a necessity. That is like having cable TV. It's a luxury.
it's
So,
necessary.
but it's nice to have. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, back to that. We just want to be able to, if something was to happen, if there was a snowstorm, a flood, where we can't get to the grocery store or to a farmer's market to get food, we have food here that will last us long enough for us to sustain ourselves for a long period of time, and also to use during the regular times. And we're not trying to push this
No.
type of stuff. I work full time, and I'll be honest with you. I work for a natural gas company, so and you know, I'm not a total tree hugger type person, but you know, there's things that we need in this world to survive, and that, you know, I have to work full time. I don't know how people can not work full time and do gardening and having a garden and make a living, pay taxes and make a living off of that.
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot
so
of
you
work.
should thank your farmers,
Yes.
because it's a whole
Yes.
lot of work to even maintain our little garden and
Yeah.
herbs and that kind of stuff.
And-
And this canning takes up a lot of your time.
Dairy-
I
dairy
give big
farming.
kudos to farmers.
The
It's a
small
lot of
dairy
work.
farmer, you know, that's how it all started. Was you know, back in the day, you had one or two cows on your farm. You used some for meat purposes, and you used the other for dairy purposes. Now it's all become commercialized to where the little guy can't compete with the corporate cow market because they want the money. They're not thinking of the sustainability because there's there's a lot of genetic stuff going on. There's a lot of
They put
hormones
in
and
stuff
preservatives
that,
in your milk and this. When I was a kid, I grew up on whole milk. We got it from the farmer next door to us. Well, not next door, but up the road. And when it was at the house, I mean, there was a thing of cream on the top, and we used to fight over that. And it didn't make me sick, so it shouldn't make you sick. So, but anyway, back to the freezing and stuff. We're just trying to do what we can do for ourselves and maybe help our family a little bit, share.
There's always room for improvement.
Yep.
There's always lessons to be learned.
Yep.
There's always failures. So
Yep.
if you fail at something, I failed at a lot of things, a lot of herbs this year, and it was depressing, but it's not going to stop me from trying again.
Failure is not a reason to quit. Failure is progress in a learning way, in a learning experience. So, but anyway, the sheriff and the deputy sheriff are here in the window.
Hi, babies.
So, well, anyway, listen, we're going to let you go. There'll be some pictures on this video for you
Some meals we've made with some of our fresh stuff.
And we'll tell you about we got some good news, very stressful news for us, but we'll tell you about that in later videos as things progress on that surprise for us and for hopefully for you guys too.
And it's not over. Our 2021 season is not over. We still have a lot out there that we need to bring in and can, and so we'll still be showing you videos of canning and more stuff that we're freezing and canning, and so make sure you stay tuned. And
then syrup season will be coming.
Yeah.
This fall, I'm going to try to start on a new sugar shack built totally out of pallets. And again, I'm not a carpenter, so I will do my best to make every corner square and even and all that other stuff. So.
And Mr. Jack and I are going to try really hard to stay focused and continue to make videos. It's been very hectic summer for us. We've had a lot going on. Our son went into the Navy. We went out to see him. We had a new grandbaby. That was super exciting. We have grandkids come sometimes, so that consumes our time. Although we love that. And Mr. Jack's been working a whole lot because we have that big surprise that we'll reveal, but that's been a whole lot of work. That has consumed pretty much our summer. My dad passed away, so I've been going down, spending a lot of time with my mom. So, we're going to try hard to keep up on our videos. We didn't do a whole lot this summer, but we're going to try harder. And
please.
Give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up, subscribe, share the videos.
Be nice, you're on camera.
If you have any suggestions for any of our stuff, let us know. Tell us what Donna could do to make her time grow better. We have no idea. So, or what we could do to make.
They're fighting on camera.
Yeah.
Hey,
karate chop here. Can't get along. Just like kids, you got to separate them. Hey, quit it! I'll put you in the corner and make you hold hands. So, you guys stay tuned for the next video, and thanks for coming along on our journey throughout our homesteading stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye!